Well, hey guys, here we are. Kind of breathing a little bit because I just brought this countertop back in here. Let me back up just a little bit. But yeah, look at it. I still gotta paint the ceiling, figure out that, but I got new wallpaper up. This is the closest thing that I found. Now here's the difference. There's the old wallpaper and there's new wallpaper. And I got this at Lowe's. I had to order it, or not Lowe's, Home Depot. I had it ordered online, and it came in the mail Monday. And I've been kind of working on it. Obviously, I worked on the countertop, and I just have it sitting in there. And there's my new sink, original fixtures, original drains. I think I did one or two pieces earlier in the week, and then I finished it up today, and then I did the strips where I put the two pieces just like the original. They're about an inch wide. Let's see. You can see it. Yeah, you can see the strip right there, and that's how the original wallpaper is. Strip there. This was alright. I put this on there earlier in the week. I'm gonna caulk the corners, some white caulk, and go up through here. I got this glued on. This is just sitting here. This is just sitting here. I just brought this in like 5 minutes ago and sit it in there. It's still loose. I just want to bring it in here and see how well it looked. I got to work here a little bit because this broke inside of here to get it pushed back together. So there's that. Now, I'm not too worried about the two wallpapers meshing because this will be back up here with the clock. And then underneath, we'll have that tray that sits here. And so you won't be able to see none of this right here unless you look up under it. Well, actually, that little thing that's got the roller, which is all wadded up right there, will go there, which I don't know if I'll reuse that or not. So yeah, wallpaper. I mean, it looks pretty good, don't it? The cabinets, I've been doing work on the cabinets. Well, today's Friday night. I finished up the wallpaper. I already had this done from the weekend. You know, sanding that down, getting that pushed down, which you've seen a video on that, or seen earlier in that. So pretty much what I've done today, which I put one or two pieces up for test, and I finished the wallpaper up. It's drying. I went ahead and attached the sink to the countertop and put the fixtures in. So yeah, I should be able to wrap this up this weekend. I mean, I'm gonna still have work to do, but what I'm trying to do, today's Friday night, by Monday morning when I leave out for work, I'm hoping to be able to put the salvage title in the mail, headed to Nashville to get stamped rebuilt. Because I'll have to, what I'm doing is I'm gonna, I took a photo, which I may post here. I had the phone like this, so I posted here what the photo, and this is what I took the use as a before and after. So I have to do 4 pictures of each quadrant of the camper, which the exterior didn't change because it's a burned interior. And then I'll include that photo I just showed you and this one here, but the phone will be turning exactly the same with the cabinets and the stove in there and everything the exact same. And then the receipts. I'm going to include 3 receipts because you can see in the picture that this right here is melted. So I'm going to include the receipt for the 4 new vents, the wallpaper, and a receipt for the microwave, which I should have got that guy to make one out to me when I bought it, but I'm going to get my wife to kind of put the guy's name on there when I turn it in. So that's the 4 receipts that or the 3 receipts I'm going to include: the wallpaper, the 4 vents, and the microwave, because technically that's all I've done. That's all I've replaced here. You know, everything else has been manual work, you know, cleaning, that's all. You know, I didn't buy a countertop. I used the original one and modified it, and it didn't cost me any parts replaced to get that like it is. So yeah, I probably don't even have to include. I can probably just include the 4 pictures on the outside, and that's it. They probably would stamp it and send it back anyways. But that's where we're at. It looks like there's a big wrinkle right here, but there's not, because it. See, there's a bulge right here. As you can see, there's a bulge, and then this is going inward. It's ramped because this is the big black fire was right here, and it made the wood change. So, you know, what I did on these wiring is I just tucked them up in the hole and just went over it with wallpaper and then cut the holes out. I just tucked all three, 1, 2, 3 wires in, and zoom back out here. Yeah, tucked all 3 of them in. So yeah, it's getting dark. Technically, this is what I wanted to do tonight, is finish up the wallpaper and get this done, and then work on the cabinet. Try to do some sanding, no more sanding on it, get the black out of it, and try to stain it and get it done tonight, so it can dry. So this can dry tonight, and then that staining of that countertop, when I start, or not countertop, cabinet, you know, once I get it, maybe it'll dry, and then I can mount this back in here, put the stove back in there, and the cabinets back in there, which I'll put the cabinets back in there without the doors on it, because it made it so much lighter when I took the doors off. I'd really do some major cleaning on it. So yeah. Yeah, I'm super excited. I got 2 rust stains right here, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it. What I may do is I may try to, you know, see there's a big old gap right there because this broke, and I'm going to have to take this and kind of push it in there really good to get rid of that gap. Because technically, to get these bolts to line up, and these 2 over here is 2, it mounts this in here, which I've already got it in there. I'll have to just grab that counter and just start pushing, you know, and to get it to feed together. So yeah. Yay! I got the cabinet fully put back in. I've got all the screws in the cabinet. I got all the drains hooked up, water hooked up. I got the stove back in. There's only 4 screws holding the stove back on. I got this back on. Stove fully works. Yeah, that nice one. About 3 of them. It was working a minute ago. It's that wired. I'm gonna have to pinch the wiring clips on it just a little bit, but it worked just a second ago. And the oven, I think you got to manual light it, but yeah. Stove's completely in there. All this is caulked. I mean, about all I got is that cabinet. Bringing that cabinet out here, putting it in here. That looks really, really good. I have sprayed some foam in here, because I reckon a lot of the foam got burnt out right in here. So I sprayed what I could right in there, and as you can see, you can see the spray foam right there. It didn't push it out, so I'm just gonna grab some wood and shove it down in there, push this out like a little wedge or something in there. It's super cold outside. It's like 40 degrees outside, so I did have the furnace running, and then I had to turn the furnace off to be able to hook the stove back up, and I've got the generator and I got the heat pump running, and the heat pump's, you know, working pretty good, so I'm just running the heat pump right now. So yeah, looking pretty good. Obviously, you know, I can't check the water because I've still got it winterized, and it's May 17th, 16th, February 15th. Today's a Saturday, and I filmed, a little bit yesterday. I don't know, 17, 15, 16, whatever day it is. So, and it's 40 degrees, and so, I've still got a month of freezing weather, so I'm not going to unwinterize it for at least another month, till right before we leave out for a little test campground. I've still got to figure out the painting, which I'm fixing to do here in just a minute, and then go from there. All right, guys, big progress update. As you can see, it's moved in my driveway now. It's not sitting right there anymore. There's my Volkswagen sitting there. I'm doing a little work to it because we're going to tow it to DC. So, I'm not have it in the video, but I've moved it, and as you've seen at my picture of part 3, it's sitting here because that was the picture that I took to send out my title to Nashville to get it stamped to rebuilt. So that was one of my pictures, and then obviously that camper is not in any, it's still sitting over here and all throughout part 3, but it's big updates here. Step up. Hey, I've got it cleaned up in here. All right, turn it back on play. I forgot I had the radio on. I didn't want to get a copyright, so I put it on pause and went and turned it off. But I've cleaned it up in here pretty good. So I can run my slides in. Done pretty good. And wait a minute. Wait 1 second. I thought all this was burned up. Not anymore. That's the big update. Got the cabinet. I did all this over the weekend. It's the middle of the week now. So I've got a new garnish for this. I completely took all this apart, cleaned it, and just painted it. I got some dirt on it I gotta remove. But I just repainted it. I couldn't get the soot off, and so that's all ready to go, working fine. And I thought, there it goes. That's a switch that gets stuck. Let me open this up anyways. That when it won't run when it closed. So the bathroom's done that too. I've done a little bit of painting right there to try to cover some of it up, which that's just pure white paint. But I can always tape this cabinet up, and if I can find the right paint in the future, and go back over it. But yeah, you seen at the end of part 3, I had the countertop finished and this all finished, ready to go back in, and the wallpaper got it in, and then I caulked it around the edges, right up through there, in here, glued this back in there. So I know I dropped a screw over there. I'll have to put that back in my little tray. But looks pretty good to me. I've got some little burn stuff right there, but I'm gonna pass on with Vendura trying to get a crack on this and this, because it don't look bad, because it's going to be $100 just to fill this in, and it's changed colors because of the heat, like I was saying. So it'd be the same color as this in here. I'm just going to leave it alone. I'll save $150. It's like $100, and you got to pay shipping and pay processing fees and all this other bunch of BS. And I'm just going to I think I'm going to pass on it. The cabinets. I got a new outlet there. I don't have the hinge or nothing. I just barely got the hinges in because my wife was wanting to work on the doors a little bit, and she's decided not to fool with it. So I still got to put the wallpaper back there. So, not terrible. Got all that back up there. And the wallpaper, let's see, I don't know. I think show where the wallpaper ends. Ends right here. So that's where the new wallpaper and the old wallpaper. And you can't really see it underneath this. And then I have it ending here. New and old. Right there is the line. Can't hardly see it. You can't even tell. And then here, see, there's the new and there's the old right on top of it. And you can't really even tell. And then, you know, at a distance, you can't really tell the difference in the two wallpapers, like looking at it here and then see this ugly guy in this mirror. So, yeah. This right here was a booger to get up. I had to take a bottle jack and put it right here and jack it up. And then 2 bolts go in there, but and it works great. You know, I've got the new outlet there and got it plugged in. And then I got a new outlet here, a new light here. Changes colors. And then you gotta hold it in to turn it off. There you go. And it's got a brightness on it. And I put a new light up here. It's super bright. You'll be able to see all this instead of fixing the original one. So, that's what I've done so far. This upcoming weekend is going to be, here in a minute, I'm fixing to start unbolting this stuff. I got to do some more cleaning to get this cleaned up. But I'm fixing to start doing some unbolting because this coming weekend, today's Tuesday, no, today's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, and I'm going to do some unbolting. Go ahead and start unbolting this stuff to get it ready to take out this weekend and start cleaning the carpet. So I'm going to take both seats out for the dinette, the couch, these 2 chairs here, and then this chair. This chair is super easy. All you got to do is take that loose because it's made to be moved around. That's for to hold it in place when you're going down the road, and then you unbolt it, and then you can move it anywhere you want to in the living space. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. The only thing I've really got to clean left is I got to do some touch-up work. As you can see, I got to re-clean that window. I haven't touched the bathroom, as in not this bathroom, as in this bathroom yet. You can still see that's from the fan. I got to get in here and clean this. I haven't touched. The only thing I've done is I've removed that screen and took the screws out, and they're laying from the fantastic fan. But other than that, I haven't done anything to this bathroom yet. Nothing. But, you know, I got to clean that toilet and stuff real good. So. And these doors, I think they still got soot on them. Yeah, see, still got soot on the doors. I mean, this is clean, but the doors has still got soot on them. I think this one may still have soot on this side. I think I cleaned the other side, but this side has still got soot. I don't have the slide out for the bed. Yeah, and I still got some odds and ends to clean. So, yeah, I'm worried about that stain, trying to get that stain out. I'll probably have to scrub it with something. But yeah, this weekend is going to be scrubbing the carpet weekend with a rug doctor. And then I'm going to clean these cabinets up. As you can see, I haven't done anything. This has still got soot in it. But I was going to wait till I got all this out so I can get in here real good with all this, instead of leaning over this, all this will be gone. I can get in here and clean these cabinets real good. So I'm gonna clean all that out while these are out. So yeah. But I'm super excited on how this turned out. Really, really well. I mean, it's good enough for me. You know, if this is in a house, I probably would just replace this. You know, I'd replace this. You know, I wouldn't want to have that in my house or this. But for a camper, come on. Camper, you gave $5,700 that you'll never get much money out of if you decide to resell it because it's going to have a rebuilt title. You know. Oh, and say I mailed the paperwork off Monday. Monday was President's Day, so it didn't go out till yesterday. Supposed to be there tomorrow. So hopefully by the end of next week, I'll have the title back and I go get tags for it. And then go get insurance for it. Once that happens, and then, oh, I dread those tires. You know, a local place gave me a price of $1,700 for tires, but I might be able to get a couple $100 off. You know, in my first video, I mentioned $1,700 and $1,400, and I can't. That's for some Hercules tires, and on the same company's website, they're showing to have some Ironman tires that are around $1,400 mounted and balanced, and they're supposed to be built by Cooper. So I'm gonna ask them about them. I'm gonna go down there when I'm getting ready for tires and just go down there because they're open for about 30 minutes after I get home from work. I'm gonna run down there and talk to them and ask them about those Ironman tires that are showing on their website, because you know they're about $300 cheaper. There's that. I've got to fix this exhaust. It's got right there, and because this right here will fall off and go under my tire, and then somebody else will run over it on the freeway. You know, worst case scenario, I'll just completely remove it, you know, until I get it fixed. And I did get a new battery. Let's see. Thing right here will pinch your hand real quick. But I have to have two hands, but I do have a new battery. I put a 850 co-cranking amp Walmart battery in it for $140. And it'll just start right up. No more jumping it. Whoop. Whew. I turned that off. And I also changed the battery. Battery? I just told you that. Change oil. So 42 psi. 51, 49. So it's holding pretty good oil pressure. Zoom back out. Oh, got new speakers. One there. One over there. The original ones were blowed. I couldn't play nothing because I'd copyrighted, but they were both blowed. And I've cleaned, like I said in part 3, I cleaned this part up, but obviously all this is still nasty. I got to put that back on there. That's why I ripped out all the cable for the satellite. So it's not too bad. So, yeah. All right. Hopefully, I'll wrap this thing up in the next couple of weeks. Get it finished. Hopefully. All right. As you can see, I've got the dinette out, the couch out, captain's chair, passenger chair, and the recliner. And I even got my little drink holder compartment right there. I even took it out. And I rented this last night. rug doctor and the upholstery cleaner, and fixing to start work on this floor. I'm in the middle of a vacuuming. You know, I've done a little small vacuum. I got one of those little Red Devils from that I had in the other camper that my dad gave me, and it's all right if you know, on the road, but I use my wife's Good Shark vacuum cleaner and clean all this up. If I have to tear that table down and get up under it with this machine, I will. But you know, I love to have tables covered up for some reason. I like to just pile tables up. I tried to get this come out, but one of my heads stripped out, and I just said, to heck with it. I'll just try to go around it with upholstery cleaner best I can. It's not real super important, so I just left it. The seat belts, I'm just going to grab them up and try to tuck them up in the window, because they're all just real, you know, they're just not worth unbolting to me. Bedroom, I'll do that later. You know, you can rent these for 24 hours. I rented it about 7 o'clock last night. Me and my wife went to go eat last night, and I said, let's run by and pick that up. And I said, well, I've got till 7 o'clock tonight, so it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and fixing to start on all this, and you're wondering where all the furniture is, and I'm fixing to show you where all the stuff out is. So, and I'm going to try this. I think I mentioned about trying this upholstery cleaner up on the ceiling, which I'm going to, because Rug Doctors has got two machines. They got the regular old machine, and they got the pros, and this new grocery store that opened up down the road, they carry the brand new machines. And what makes the brand new machines important is because the upholstery accessory has a motorized wand on it. It's got a brush built into it, whereas the old machine has an accessory upholstery, but it's just a spray. Ain't no difference in that Bissell machine that I've got. It just sprays and sucks it back up. It doesn't have a brush to scrub. And they rent for the same price. I think it's like $40 for 24 hours. But they had a deal going on, $5 off at Food City. And since that's a brand new store, I am the first person going to be using this machine. 0 hours. So, all right, let's get out here. And here's where all my... I did all this last night. As soon as I got home with that thing, I said, I'm going to go ahead, and I already had all this stuff unbolted. I said, I'm going to go ahead and get it all out here, get my tarp out here. I laid the tarp out, laid everything in, stacked it up, and then folded my tarp over, and then covered it with a ladder and 2 pieces of boards. And I ain't touched it. That's how it stayed like that all night. So that's, the couch is in there. I had to take the arms off the couch and then pull the bed part out, take it completely off. And then I was able to carry all this out, and the 2 chairs and the recliner and the dinettes and the cushions for the dinettes and everything. Well, the bottom part is hinged. It's not removable, but the top part will slide off, the backing for it. So all that's under there. And I'm going to clean all this in here. That's why I hate about coming out here. See it? So I'm taking my flip-flops off right here. And say, look how much I've already tracked. You know, that's why this thing was so nasty before I did it. You know, my cleaning in here is because I would track in all the leaves. But now, you know, it's different now. So yeah, I'm gonna finish vacuuming. I've got all this vacuumed. It makes a world of a difference. All this vacuumed, and I got the mats laying up there, but I'm gonna do them later. So I got all this vacuumed. And I started over there and vacuumed, and I still got this. I stopped to do this video, and I got to get them seat belts tucked in and finish this up right here, and then we'll start. See what this Rug Doctor will do. I'm kind of curious, especially right in here where that dirt, where that soot stain is, all in here, because this is where the nastiest part of. And then right in here, as you can see, it's like, I don't know if that's some kind of a water leak stain or what that is. See how it's almost like a beige color right there. You know, all this is not in bad shape. It's just trampled down where the driver's been in and out, and this ain't as much. Yeah, it's probably the worst right in here. And I didn't buy the regular cleaner stuff. I bought commercial grade Max Advance. It was $5 more, and it does less. So it only does 4 rooms, but it'll do this camper just fine. It'll probably do everything that I want to do with it in 4 rooms. This is probably about 1 room, roughly. All the carpet combined in here. And then, the other 3 rooms can be the upholstery and a little bit on the ceiling and everything like that. So, all right, let's get all this done and get to working on it. All right. Got this thing cleaned pretty good. I mean, you can see the outline of the, the dinette and stuff like that. I mean, it's just the color changes. I'm thinking that this is some kind of a bleach, because this is a bleach stain right here. And so this is some kind of exposure to sun, faded bleach stain. Ooh, I can see it right in there. Zoom in there. So you can see all that right in there along the edge of that slide out. So I'm thinking that's some kind of a bleach. Well, it wasn't bleached, it was just exposure to the sun. But yeah, I cleaned this thing up pretty good. I may go over it one more time. There was some stains here. It seemed like it come up pretty good. And then this big stain, there was a big black line right here. It's come up. There's a little bit here, and this, I'm probably going to have to scrub that a little bit more. And there's a little bit there. But I'm letting all this dry. So I've got the bedroom. There's a little bit here I may have to go back and scrub. So I'm letting it dry. I know you're thinking, where's the rug doctor? I said, well, it's out here. I'm working on all the so the 2 chairs I've already done. They're sitting over here. I still got all this, and I got that little table, and I'm setting each piece up on there and using the attachment. So this is that dinette. See, it's got the this is the one that's facing towards the couch. So there's a trim of the couch right here. So this one facing the couch. I've got a cup holder there, and this is the one it's had all that. So I just set it up here, fix start on it. But yeah, man, this thing. Let's see. I've got that motorized wheel in there. It helps out a lot. Helps scrub on some of it. Yeah, this thing rents for, most people know about them, and most people don't really fool with them anymore because nobody has carpet. But this thing rents for $40 for 24 hours, or you can spend $10 more and rent it for 48 hours. And Food City, that new Food City opened down the road, they had a $5 off if you used your card. So I got it for $35 or $34.99. And then that one rents for like $5.99 or something like that extra. So pretty much I paid. And then I bought the solutions and chemicals and stuff on it. So I'm gonna get back to it and get to cleaning on some of this stuff some more. All right, I've got a lot done since I guess right before what you seen right before this was me doing all of the carpets and stuff. But as you can see, the tires are nice and clean. That's because I've got brand new tires. These are Hercules 245/79 15s. I gave $1,600 for the 6 of these. So, and they're good mid-range. I had Hercules on that flare. I got Hercules on my truck, and seem like pretty good tires. I've got that put back installed. It was dragging at the Copart lot. Let's see what else here. Oh, there's a bunch to talk about. Okay. I've got slides in. Turn lights on in here, so there's not much room in here. This must have come undone. There. Okay. So, you know, obviously I got all this put back in. I have redone the day for night shades. These are a nightmare. The 4 strings. I've redone this one. I'm in the process of redoing this one. I've done that one. Now this is the one that I said I was in the process of redoing. As you can see, it's laid out here. I've already got it restrung. It is ready to go back in. I got this one done. Now, you notice I've opened them all up. And why I've opened them all up is because to keep them nice and bent. Because this one, when I redid this one, it'd been sagging for a long time. I don't know how long it's been like that. And they were almost impossible to bend the blinds on it. They were like a spring, like you take a spring and you stretch it out. It's like a spring. So, there's that. I lost the 2 screws. I lost the screw goes here. It fell behind. I'm going to take this back out to get to it or try to rake it out. That's half the reason why I got it back up there. And my TV. Got it mounted up. It's pretty good there. I got this board at Lowe's and it's oak, and I was able to stain it to match this. I had some stain for it. And then this thing right here you just pull, let's see. You just pull that little string I was going, let's see. Give me a minute here. And there it is. So it's got this string right here that you pull, and the pin will come out and it'll just come right off there. And it's tilted and everything. And so I've got the cables hooked up. And you just hook it right. Hold on a minute. Okay, it took me 2 hands to do that. But, I mean, it's a little flimsy, but that's because it's easy. I mean, it'll probably wiggle going down the road. Which I may take it loose and just put it behind the board and lay it down flat. And this would just be when we're sitting here watching TV. So I can take it out real easy, unplug it, unhook the cable, take it out there, and take it outside real easy. So, there's that. I've got the caulking done. I got me a new shower head. I still got to clean this thing up real good, but I got a new shower head. It's installed with a new wand. Now, I got a bunch of tools in this thing. Got it crammed in there because I had to get this thing to the place to get tires put on it. What else here? I've got to replace. Okay. This part right here, I can't get it by hand, but I had left this. I had run out of propane in this tank. Well, I've got this right here. I'll unscrew and just go right into a little propane tank. So that's what I had run the heater when it was super cold when I was working on it. Well, when I screwed this back in, I just barely screwed it in. Well, I forgot about it. So when I was driving this thing home. I took it out on the freeway to drive it and to see how well it done. This is the first time I've had it on the freeway since I bought it because of the tires. And I got home, and as soon as I parked it, I seen this behind this tire right here, and I didn't know what. I thought, what in the world is that? And then where this unscrewed, and it started dragging the ground. So instead of this bubble, it's flat. So I had to order this little piece right here. All I gotta do is just remove it and screw a new piece in. Yeah, I can't even. Oh, there it goes. I just hand tighten it back in there. So I instantly ordered one of them. That happened today. Because 2 weeks tomorrow we're leaving out for a little camping. See, just drug it. This thing perfectly was the same level of the road, and drug it. So I did that. So Oh, I didn't talk about my new awning. I got a new awning put up. Yeah. A place called Shade Pro out in California, and they made shades, new awnings for the weather shield. It was $299 plus taxes. I think I got free shipping on it. And I had to tell them, you know, the length, which was 18 foot, and if it was a 5-slot weather shield or a 6-slot. And obviously this is a 5-slot, and that was it, and the color I wanted, and got it on there. I don't want to pull it out, but it's brand new. Oh, got my tag. I think maybe I kind of noticed I pointed it out, but yep, I got all that took care of. It's registered. Insurance. Taxes was about $500 because I had to show them the bill, the bill of sale. That was that was the paper I received when I went to Copart. It's the title and mail on it, and it showed the sale price $5,700. You know, to Auto Bin Master. I'm gonna explain how that process worked. I don't remember. I'm trying to think of why if I mentioned I'm mailing that stuff off. I think I talked about it. I showed the anti-theft sticker in the Focus, and I'll show the one in here. It's a lot different than the one that was in the Focus. See, rebuilt vehicle anti-theft inspection pass. And there's the State of Tennessee Department of Revenue, and there's the VIN work auth 2004, because that's what was on the title. Workhorse, OTH. I've been researched. I don't know what that means. And then 2004. But yeah, it's on the door jamb. But all they, when I did my Focus back in 15, they mailed the title, everything back to me, and I took it to the DMV. This time they just mailed that sticker and the paper that it was attached to with my name on it, and it said, take this to the clerks to get title and restoration. And I called them on the phone when I got it in the mail. Today is Thursday. I got it in the mail last Friday, and I instantly called them as soon as I got it in the mail, and they said, yeah, that's just how we do it now. I said they're able to pull that stuff up in the computer now, your title and all your paperwork in the computer, and then get you restoration. And it did, it all worked out. I took that, she typed all that in, it had everything. It had my pictures that I turned in, my receipts, the paper that I filled out, everything. Got, and obviously I had to show the bill of sale for $700. It was like $5,000. I did that on Monday. Tires, I went by a place down the road here and checked with tires, and they recommended the Hercules for around $1,600. Excuse me, $1,600. And then I told them, they said it'd take 2 days to get here. Told them go ahead and order it. So I went and dropped the motorhome off last night, right before they closed, and then they called me, 1, 2 o'clock, said it was ready. I guess tires come in, they got them mounted. I went back and picked it up. So that was just a couple hours ago. And I have my top caulked. I did all that. You can see the top of it's washed too. I did that. So that was a lot of updates. The only thing I still have left to do is obviously replace that piece up there, finish my shades. I'm gonna fix the exhaust Sunday. I'm gonna go with my parents Sunday. Saturday is my son's birthday. Well, his birthday's actually next Wednesday, but we're celebrating on Saturday. Going into town and doing a little something on Saturday. So I've got a list of stuff, of stuff I still got to do to it. Okay, I think I got to talk about pretty much everything. Let's see. I had a problem out of the steps. They would work. Sometimes they would work. Sometimes they wouldn't. They would go out and stay out. They wouldn't go in. And then I'd go up under there and wiggle the wires, and they'd work, and then they wouldn't work. And come to find out, it was the ground. There's about 9 ground wires in this area from various stuff throughout the coach that 3 of them were cut, like they were broke loose. from the little ring terminals, and I think it was one of the wires, which this thing has got like 3 different grounds, and it was the ground going to the switch right here. When you shut this door right here, this is a magnet and it activates the switch, and it was the ground of this switch. And there's like a ground in here, and then there's another ground wire. Those were fine. It was just for this. And I fixed all the grounds, and I think I cut all 9 wires and redid the ring spades on them. So there's that. When I go fix that exhaust, I'm going to fix that bracket on that refrigerator. Cut it down. Let's see. Now I'll do another over cleaning. There's not much left. Now I'll tell you one of the biggest issues I've had. I took this thing down the road on the freeway and got up 65, and steering wheel vibrates. And I looked at both wheels, and neither of them had balancing weights on them, which I've heard that you can't really balance maybe these big wheels. I don't know. You probably had to put Michelin's back on it to get it to not vibrate, and they're cheaper tires, but they're not the cheapest. So I might have to deal with a shaky steering wheel, or maybe it go away once it wears a little bit. Changed oil filter, put a new fuel filter in it, and it still had the original design. It's obsolete now, so I had to buy the conversion kit. So it's at least 10 years old, because they quit making them in 10 or 11. So you can Google the fuel filter on that. I put a new air filter in it. Obviously I fixed that in the back. And I've had issues on the cable on this not working, and I heard these give trouble. So what I've done is I have ordered a Winnebago antenna. This is made to work, VCRs and satellite. I don't care nothing about a satellite. So, they had a satellite hooked in, but they hooked it from the back and run it under the coach, whereas technically you're supposed to mount the satellite. When I've been up on the roof, there's a place where you drill and the satellite wire is right up under the roof, and you mount the satellite like right here and then hook it in right here. Which, it's already hooked in. You just able to hook the wire up there. But I don't care nothing about satellite. All I care about is the antenna and the part cable. So I ordered one of these Winnebago signal boosters, and it's got a switch on it that'll select part cable or the antenna. And I'm just going to mount it here, maybe put an L bracket here. It's like it's the size of a wall socket, a wall outlet. So I'm going to try to mount it maybe here, and then put an L bracket up here to mount it, and then hook all these wires up, because this will work by itself, but it won't work through this even with the booster on. And then the TV back there in the back won't work. So it's this part right here. Now I've tried to hook it. Yeah, it doesn't work without the booster on. This will work without the booster on through this. I guess this will boost. Maybe this will boost. Whereas that one won't work, which it wouldn't work in the flare without the booster on. You have to have the booster on for it to work in the flare. So yeah, there's that. That's about it. That's all I can think of right now. Yeah. I'll probably just do one little small video, and that'll be the finish of it. And it's about done. So you're at the end, almost at the end of part 4 here. All right, here we are at the campground. Where I left you off was at last weekend. Talking about, I got my new brake caliper, and I'm still waiting on a ABS sensor, and it came in on that Monday and got it installed, and it was pretty easy. I had to tap it in with a hammer. I thought I could do it toolless, and then I had to run some zip ties, because it's had this protector cable, and it wouldn't fit up on the original thing, which I would show you, but it's behind this wheel, and I got all my stuff out, but I got it in there, and the ABS light turned off before I could even get to the end of my driveway. So that's good there. And this campground we're staying at is probably, I guess, I don't know. It's technically it was 3 hours and 15 minutes from the house, but you know, on the camper and making stops, you're looking at 4 hours roughly, and it made the trip just perfect. Only problem is my knock sensor check engine light still coming on, and since I've got the scan gauge 3, I can turn it off. But I haven't looked it up yet. But what it does is the check engine light will come on after about 4 or 5 miles going down the road. Similar to what it was when it left the Copart lot. When it left the Copart lot, the check engine light would come on, or it'd come on, you know, right when I was passing the Copart lot. So, yeah, powered water. That's my new power cord that I bought for it. And that's water line with a filter. This is how I store my wood. I did that on that Fleetwood flare, but yeah, I mean, but yeah, it'll come on, you know, 4 or 5 miles down the road, and then like I said, since I got the scan gauge through, I can just reach over there and turn it off and just look at it. It's real easy, you know. You can just hit scan, it'll automatically scan for it, and you just hit reset code and it'll turn it right off. And every time it's been that same knock sensor, and I replaced it, and I got a new map sensor, you know. So I'm gonna do some more digging around, but as soon as I turn it off, it'll drive as far as you want without coming back on. It does it when you stop to fill up, you stop to take a bathroom break or whatever, and you cut the engine off. You crank it up 4 or 5 miles down the road, it comes on. You turn it off, it'll drive as far as you want to drive, as long as you don't cut the engine off without coming back on. So I don't know, there's something to it, to do it right at the beginning when you first crank it up. And it did it, you know, it did it. When I first left the house, it did it. When I stopped and got fuel, it did it right after then, and then stopped and we got pizza, because we always stop and get pizza on our way to a campground. So, but other than that, it run flawlessly, run perfect, shifted great. You know, I can't really ask no better. I was gonna get my wife to film me while I was driving it. May do that on our way home, but we make it home successfully. That'll be the end of this video, the end of all this. But the only thing that has happened other than that is I lost my cover off this going down the road. Gotta replace that. My microwave quit working, but I think it was that outlet, because the outlets that came in this thing were like mobile home outlets, and other ones that you just push the wire in there, and so I'm thinking that one of the wires popped out of the microwave, the outlet for the microwave, and my wife, they're in there sleeping, taking a nap, so that's why I'm out here. So I'm thinking that's what's happened, because the microwave still works. It's just something happened to that outlet. So other than that, that's the only 2 problems I've got so far. But maybe I can get her to film me, if I can think of it, on our way back home, about how it drives and stuff. And then we get home successfully on Monday morning. I think this is the end of this video here, and we'll move on to something else. Alright, we're headed back from the campground, and everything seems like it's done pretty good. We're running about 60. I usually keep it about 65, but traffic coming down 24 is a little hectic sometimes, but running good, driving good. I got no complaints. Camped, everything running real good at the campground. I got some odds and ends. I got odds and ends stuff to do. I lost a cover. I don't remember if I explained it when I was recording outside, but I lost a cover out my porch light. Yeah, like I said, I lost my porch light cover, and coming up here, so I got to fix that. Other than that, I believe we're good to go. running cool. Seems like the transmission's running cool. The transmission shifting fine. I'm going 65 now. Sped up a little bit, keeping up the traffic right now. Driving one-handed. Alright, so this is my point of view right here. So you can see my backup cameras are working. Got my Volkswagen towing behind it, which we towed this thing behind her flare before. But yeah, this is my point of view. As you can see, right about 60 in overdrive. My gauge going on over there. But yeah, driving one-handed. So I guess I'm gonna close this out, guys. I mean, going up, it was a little over, well, technically it was a little over a 3-hour drive going from the house, our house, to the campground where we stayed at. But it actually ended up being, you know, probably 4 hours, over 4 hours, you know, because, you know, you're not going to drive 80 in this thing like you can in a car. So, and I had no problems. We're about, I'd say we're probably about 60 miles from the house, roughly right now. So we hadn't encountered any problems. So looks like, you know, everything's going pretty good. So, you know, thank y'all guys for watching these videos, but this is going to be the end of part 4. We'll close this out. So this is going to be a 4-part series. And other than that, you know, I appreciate y'all guys. Talk to you later.